Hello, there we are again. I just wanted to drop a little note in. Next week, of course, we'll be in Ghana, but as we prepare to go and visit, I realize that it's a moment of decision also for my husband and I. And not just are we going to move to Ghana or stay in the States or whatever, it's bigger than that. We have some decisions that we need to make, and sometimes it's just really good to get out of the environment that you're in and have a change of atmosphere so that you can think more clearly because you're not still staring at the same thing every day. And so I think it would be a refreshing time for us to uh, take a vacation and a refreshing time to be in what I consider a wonderful place like Ghana, and also to be experiencing some of the friendliest people I've ever met. I know that every country comes with its own challenges and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm not really worried about all of that. I'm very much aware that even leaving out of America with all of our challenges still before us, you go into another country, they have challenges too. And some are the same, some are not, but a challenge is a challenge and someone has to face it. So that's not bothering me at all. It is just being able to be somewhere else and think where is going to be the final phase of my life, and my what is my vision, what is still left undone, who have I not encouraged, what forum do I need to walk into. And I think about that a lot. I think about it because I sometimes get concerned about our young adults and the lack of opportunities sometimes, and the lack of being heard. That bothers me because if we don't stop and start listening, then what is going to be left in their hands to be able to they'll be talking out loud when they need to be taking charge, because we're not going to be here forever, and things are going to be left in the younger hands. We have to listen to them and give them space, when things are right, when things are good, when things are progressive. We have to be able to have an ear to listen. When you get too old to listen, you're too old to be valued in any sense of the word. You begin to stop growing, and anything that stops growing stops being valued. And if we could see that, so many times as older people, we like to try and stay in charge because we think we know everything. But the reality is we don't. We know what was for us in our time when we were younger, maybe up until now. We have had answers. We do have valued experience that needs to be taken into consideration. But if we're not listening to the younger voices, what makes us think they want to listen to our voices? If we're not encouraging them to be progressive, to move forward, to inspire growth, if we're not doing that, then where is our value in being in the places that we are? Because that to me will instate over and over and over again a future. But if we cut the future off only to our enjoyment, then what have we done? And so I think about that. I think that it is important for us to listen, but I want to be able to step back and because I want to create something, a forum where the voices are heard, but not just heard, but responded to. I want to be able to do that. Um, I don't know the first step to make that happen yet. I have some ideas, but I want to make sure it's correct. And so I feel like stepping out of this environment into another environment, into a place where I can actually listen and see, then maybe I will be able to figure some things out. Maybe some questions that I have in my mind will be answered, even as far as where I'm going to continue to live or whatever. Yeah, I'm not even sure of that. I always tell people, because yes, I am a Christian, I always tell people it's always good to be in God's perfect will. Sometimes we walk out in his permissive will. He allows us, he gives us permission for things. And sometimes I wonder if he give us permission to do things not ever with an intention of allowing us to totally destroy ourselves, but to get us to learn the value lesson we would not have learned any other way. But when we're in his perfect will, we don't have to wonder if things are going to work out or not. I am seeking to know what is the perfect thing for me to do from this point on. I want to know, I desire to know, I'm listening, I'm watching, and but I have no answers yet. And so I think that this trip will actually open up the doors to be able to hear. If I can just get out of the environment of the voices that I'm around right now, and get into a new atmosphere so that I can actually think and clear my head. Have you ever wanted to do something, and you wanted to do something important? You wanted to do something that would actually help somebody else, but you can't figure out how to do it to where it would be most effective, and everybody's telling you do this, do this, do this, do this, and it sounds good, but it doesn't feel right for you. That's where I'm at. And so I just wanted to share with you, sometimes it is important to get away from the voices and really get alone and figure things out for yourself and see where you're going to go. What is your future? What's your next step? How do you get to the vision that you have in your head? How do you get away from the voices without offending them? And sometimes you can do it by way of a vacation. And so that's exactly what me and my husband are doing. And so I hope that I'm able to enjoy Ghana. I'm able to enjoy it in more ways than one. And I hope that I'm able to see what the next steps are supposed to be. I would encourage anyone who's listening to this, I'm just speaking out loud, just talking out loud, just some inner thoughts that I have. But I hope in the midst of that, there's someone else that's listening to what I'm saying that also have a vision, have a dream, but they're bombarded by everybody else's ideas, and they need to step away without offending the individuals, but just step away and think for themselves. What do I want to do? What is right for me? And I encourage you to do that, because every vision, every dream always involves someone else. And how do you know that you might be the one person who will change the life for the good of someone else? In that, your life is already changed, because you're the first beneficiary of your success. So just be encouraged. Step away. Think about it. What do you want to do? Get rid of the voices so that you can see your vision clearly. And not only see your vision clearly, but see what your first steps are. All of your steps may not be given to you at once, but your first step will inspire the next one. So be encouraged. Again, think about, what is it that you have a vision for? What do you dream about? Get alone and get away from the voices and figure it out. I guarantee you it'll be worth your time doing. Anyway, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.